Hi there. I just wanted to talk about some recent research that's been done into the links between chronic fatigue syndrome and brain function. Now, I've been using sites and apps such as Curable that have proved very successful in relieving symptoms through brain retraining that is usually very good for pain, but has also been found to be very good for chronic fatigue syndrome. And I found that using Curable was particularly good for relieving fibromyalgia, which I'd been suffering from for the last few months. However, even more scientific confirmation of the link between chronic fatigue syndrome and the brain has come to light recently. There was an article in The Guardian at the end of February, the 21st of February to be exact, describing the recent findings of a scientific study into brain imbalances that cause chronic fatigue syndrome triggered by abnormalities in the immune system. Now, as far as I can see from this report, this really does go a long way to prove the theories held by sites like Curable, that the brain is reacting to an overactive and sensitive immune system by trying to protect the individual from overexertion by causing fatigue and or pain. Scientific study states that fatigue in ME/CFS could be caused by a dysfunction of brain regions that drive the motor cortex, and that changes in the brain may alter patients' tolerance for exertion and their perception of fatigue. Now, the article is very clear in pointing out that this is not a psychological problem and that patients don't have any control over it. It is a physiological problem of the brain that affects motor function. That being said, I do believe that while we may have had no control over how this disease developed, we do have control over improving our symptoms and recovering from chronic fatigue syndrome. Knowledge is power. And sites like Curable are therefore extremely important in finding ways to rebalance brain function and feel well again. I think that the ME/CFS community as a whole will certainly welcome the results of this research, and I hope that this video will bring some welcome news to those still struggling with this disease. And I've provided a link to the Guardian article in the description below, so you can read it for yourself and see what you think. And I've also provided a link to the Curable website, so you can find out more about that. I do think that this research is very, very good news for all of us, and I hope that it leads to more things like brain retraining rather than drugs that may have difficult side effects. So there you are. Do comment with your opinions about this article. I'd love to see what you think. And for more advice and news about chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, please do subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.